Hello everyone, welcome back to AGROTIS Presents Talk with GREENPRENEUR. And before we go ahead, I want to thank you for keep watching this particular series of entrepreneurs and for your active participation in our initiative, which is called GREENPRENEUR Convention and Awards. As you know that we are featuring such entrepreneurs, such leaders, those who are working to save our planet. Those are the genuinely, the kind of leaders. They are going extra mile and they are doing so many things to save our planet, to save our earth, to save the environment, to save the nature. And the same way, today we have one more leader who is recognized by so many such platforms, and he is contributing like anything, and he is Mr. Shiv Rao, and so we have in this particular show Mr. Shiv Rao. So Shiv, welcome to Vyapaarjagat TV, and welcome to AGROTIS Presents Green Talk with GREENPRENEUR. Shiv.
Thank you very much, Dr. Praveen, and it's a pleasure to be on the show.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you so much for taking out your time, and we really respect your contribution, which you are, making to save the earth, to save the planet, and again, the name which you have of your, the mission, that is 3R Zerowaste Pvt Limited. It says everything. So, sir, we want to know that how it was all started. What is your background, and when you thought to start, something or your venture, your initiative towards sustainability?
Yeah. So thank you very much. I have a very brief 90-second introduction which I have started the day I started my entrepreneurship. So I'll do the same thing. So my name is Shiv Rao, born and brought up in Calcutta. I'm a student of St. Xavier's College, and post that I did my Btech in computer science from Hyderabad. Post that, I moved to Delhi on a winter morning, first time to North India, and I joined a company called BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited. So I worked with them for 7 years, and I say everybody that was my pre-MBA. So I did myself, like everything a young engineer could do, and create difference for the society in BHEL. So I was a pioneer in implementing projects, management tools in BHEL, and post that, I was able to travel abroad. I got my first international assignment in Nigeria. I used to work for ExxonMobil. And that was very challenging, straight away, very nice, comfortable. People say, you're a crazy guy. Life settled hai, kyun ja rahe ho? But I like to take risks. And that was the first job I took. And thereafter, I had opportunity to work in 12 countries and travel almost 50 countries. And then 2020, I decided I will come back to India and work on Clean India projects. That is the birth of 3R Zero Waste.
Superb. So, sir, we want to know more about, what are the solutions or services you are offering, and how are you contributing to save planet?
Yes. So initially, we were thinking of starting plastic waste, because when you say waste management, everybody talks about plastic waste.
Correct.
But when I did my research, I found India has 4,000 plus recyclers.
Oh, 4,000 plus.
4,000. So, it was a market full of, and actually when I did my more research, I found India is on the top 3 companies in the countries. We are doing very good in terms of recycling. So the PET recycling is 98%. HDP is improving very soon. Many good companies are coming. So the total impact, many people talk about, pollution and all, but I talk about we are doing very good in terms of recycling. So I was not wanting to be a part of the crowd. So I was looking for kaun sa aisa recycling hai jo environment ke liye, it's very challenging and very risky. So after my research, I found that there is one waste management or one recycling which is killing minimum 1% every day. So that is nothing but electronic waste, which is not spoken so much, right? Nobody talks nowadays. Little bit Ministry of Information Technology and even our proud Honorable Prime Minister is talking about this. So I found that there are minimum, and I'm still doing research to get to the right number. One of my interns from IIT is working on it. So it might be more than 10 people are dying because of lead. If you see, based of lead, the pollution deaths are caused is more than 8,500 people dying. So out of that, how many are from electronic waste? I'm trying to get that. So we are into electronic waste. We are into industrial waste. So the second, but in electronic, it's very challenging because I'm a startup and they are very big companies, and TCS, Wipro, they don't want to work with small companies like us. But maybe tomorrow or day after, after a few awards and few, recognitions, maybe I'll be there when these companies will allow me to work with them. And then, so I had to pivot a bit and I moved into industrial waste because I am one of the members and board members in the Industrial Association in Manesar, which is the Maruti Hub. So being just 6 months old company, they have appointed me as the board member because seeing that everybody is here to make money. But there was nobody to make the earth green. There was nobody to ensure that the environment is clean and green for the future generation. And that is why they appointed me as the board member for environment and sustainability. This association. So I am into e-waste, industrial waste, and now I am going into solid waste very soon with a very innovative model. So if you see my logo, the 4 dustbins. The green is for organic waste, blue is for paper and cardboard, orange is for plastic, and red is for e-waste and metal. So just by doing this, our economy can be boosted, our GDP by 2%. If the whole of India starts doing this, the segregation of waste at source, which is the major problem of this landfills, it can be solved and our growth of economy can be created.
Understood. So, sir, we want to know more about so whatever offerings or whatever the solutions you are providing. So, ये बताइए कि ये आप कितने टाइम से कर रहे हैं and so far how many projects you have done?
Right. So, see, the idea came to my mind in March 2020 when the lockdown started, when I was sitting home idle. July 2020, I formed my company.
Okay.
October, I had my top management recruited in Gurgaon. Even though I was still abroad, I was working in Kuwait. And December, I took a leased property in Manesar. So, January to March, I got my license of electronic waste. So, we were, technically speaking, from March 2021, we were in existence. So, we have just completed 1 year in terms of technically, but July 2020 was the birth of the organization. And first 6 months, until we get the license, we can't do really business. So, in the last 12 months, we were able to execute 60 clients in the industry.
Oh, wow. 60 clients.
And clients. And more than that, for me, the proud moment is I have spread awareness to 275,000 people in this span of 18 months.
So that is something, yeah. So that is even more important when you are creating such awareness. So you are creating leaders, those who can start walking on this particular path. So that's really, really great. So, Shiv, ये बताइए कि what is your larger goal and vision? क्या करना चाहते हो? Where do you see yourself after 20 years?
Yeah, so I will not talk about, I have broken my vision because I'm already 46 years. I should be sitting in somewhere in Portugal beach and having a beer and watching that my company is growing, how I want in multiple countries after 20 years. Right. But in short term, 2030, what I have seen is that we want to be the top 3 companies in India and in multiple other countries. We want to create 5,000 underprivileged people working with very good sanitation. I would not say very good, a decent sanitation. Because today I see, if you see my LinkedIn, you'll see the way they are living is not good. The way they are, the way they are wearing is not good. The way their kids are studying is not good. The way they are eating is not good. So I want to create that 5,000 people who work for me get good living, out of which 100 entrepreneurs, pan-India, I want to create. So these are my, by 2030, these are my, and in terms of tonnage, 5,000 tons of waste we want to manage. So these are my three clear goals for my event.
Superb. And we wish for your vision, your mission, and your goals, sir. And I'm sure you will definitely achieve as per the defined timeline. And yeah, so sir, next we want to know that as you know, you are having your own vision now. We want to see that where do you see India after 10 years or 20 years, probably as far as sustainable development is concerned.
Right. So again, in my LinkedIn, you will see that we are one of those startups who have started immediately working on UNDP SDG goals. So we are working on the 4 SDG goals. One is on innovation. Then we are working on partnership, goal number 17, which is talks about, where we are, like I am collaborated with concept called Industry 5.0 from Czech Republic. I am the first global ambassador for this concept. And today, 105 countries are part of this project. Then we talk about innovation in waste. People are just trying to create recycling, but my concept is upcycling. I want to see, my students went from Kuwait, they went to Korea. There is a museum full of upcycled products. So they picked up waste material and they innovated and put a museum. So I want to see in next 10 years in India, anywhere in India it could be, where there is a museum of waste items created uniquely by architects, by entrepreneurs. So that, and I believe that India will be, definitely a very big economy, but definitely this waste would change, a percentage of our growth. The way we think, waste. People like me, there are many people like me. Sahas from Bangalore is working very hard. From Ahmedabad, Mitra is very prominent. Sandeep is a good friend of mine. And so, yeah, the community is very good. We are not in competition. We are in a competition to make India number one in terms of waste management.
Correct. And sir, if we talk about the SMEs and MSMEs, so you have mentioned a few names, but in general, if we talk about the contribution of SMEs in solving the global climate crisis, so what do you see? How's their role?
Yeah, so I myself, I got recently participated in the MSME Business Forum in India, where I gave an electronic waste memento to the Minister of Finance, Mr. Dr. Karad. So, that was the first time, electronic waste memento was awarded, and I would request Dr. Praveen, in your physical also, we would like to participate and create your whole event zero waste. So we want to see that nothing is wasted in your event. So if we can collaborate, we would be more than happy to do that. So in terms of MSMEs, there is a huge scope because this is a decentralized model will be more successful than centralized. So what is happening in India is because of government decisions, they give big projects. Let us say one city, one contractor, and most of them have failed. Pan India, I can name you. I don't want to name you, but most of them have, because of bureaucracy and political influence, the payments are not paid. I'm not saying the contractors are bad, but when they don't get paid, they are no left with not doing good job. So I believe that the decentralized model, which is my model of food dustbin, which I have been in talking with the Ministry of Urban Housing, if I can prove, and I would like to request the people listening to this show, give us an opportunity in your residential complex. We want to prove this and create a model wherein your society can make some money, MSMEs can make some money, and the real recycling can happen. So that is, I see there is a unique potential of decentralized model which can create this 100 entrepreneurs, including villages. I was in a speech in Varanasi, and I met a lot of people from Bihar, from UP. They want to do it. They call me from Bihar. Shiv, how can I take this chips packet? It is thrown everywhere. How can we change it? But I try to give advices, but now I need more strength where I can really go and help them, because I am myself not in a situation where I can do, but maybe in future once we get bigger, I would definitely love to collaborate and make more people entrepreneurs across.
Absolutely. So, in one of the answer you mentioned that Industry 5.0, right? It is something. So, sir, we want to know more about the Industry 5.0 and how it is related with the sustainability or zero waste. So, can you define Industry 5.0?
Yes, so the founder of Industry 5.0 is Michael Radha, and he came out of Czech Republic. And I remember we met in one conference in LinkedIn. CII was happening on circular economy event, and we met there, and we were able to interact with each other. So, in terms of definition, Industry 5.0 is systematic prevention of waste.
Right.
So let me give you an example. Mr. Michael Radha, he and I also, we go to factories, we pick up waste. So let us say we go to a metal fabricator and we go and see there is a waste line. So he has cut his own product and the leftover is the waste. So our thought is, what is happening in India or anywhere in the world? We take that material and we it's taken by a trader, and then it is given to a furnace person who will melt it and make it back to the iron as a whatever shape. But Industry 5.2 talks about to take that material, waste material as it is, and use it directly. So you are saving two things. And one very beautiful example, one people can see in my website or in Michael Radha's website. There was a frame, a rectangular frame, which if I use straight away, I can use it as a mobile stand. So if somebody is making a mobile stand as a new thing, he will buy metal, he will shape it, he will make it, product it, and he will sell. But whereas this waste was, he captured that, he thought, reinvent that material, how it can be. So things like that, we try to do. There is a lady in Pune, this chips packets. What she does is, because MLP, this is called multi-layered plastic chips packets. Because one side is aluminum, one side is the plastic cover. It's a multi-layer. This was not being recycled in India for many years. Like from the day we had chips packet till last 5 years back, some people have started using to compress it and make boards like plywood. So one of my friend, again, I think he is in somewhere, he has put a plant. There are almost 5 plants in India. But this lady, what she is doing is, she is making very nice bags, office going bags from this chips packet. She makes a thread, and from thread she stitches, and she makes very unique model. Little, I would not say very expensive, maybe little 10%, maybe more than other parts. But this is something which is coming to India, and that is something called Industry 5.0.
Super. So, sir, I think we talk a lot of things about the green entrepreneurship, about the sustainability, Industry 5.0. Now I have 2-3 questions about your personal journey, about your personal life. And so, sir, we want to know that how is your routine? I mean, how you manage your time, and how many hours you are spending for research, how many hours you are spending towards work, towards with team. So if you can tell us something about your the time management, or how you manage everything. I mean, that is, I think you want to know.
So if anybody visits our website, which is coming in the background, and if you go to my values, my first value is 24/7 innovation. So, being a startup, our time is very, weak. So, if I say, almost 18-20 hours, it is going in terms of work. Yes, there is a bit of, where we can have some sort of rest. But the team definition, we have almost 4 to 6 hours where we have the team discussion. Research happens morning 6 to 8:30. Then again, when I come back from office, it is done again 6:30 to 11, 12. most of my meetings of networking, some people say I'm crazy, but I always tell it is available fully after 8 o'clock to 11. I do even sometimes in interviews also I do the same time. And I say, when I do my interview, I tell people that you have to be crazy to be part of the startup. If you want to be normal working time के time में interview करना है तो आप startup के लिए
Very true, very true. And the hard work, or the way you are making the mix of smart work and hard work, it gives the success. So very true. So sir, we want to know that how much time do you spend with family and friends?
Yeah, so what I have done is I have become a post-bachelor. So my family is in London. Okay, all my daughter, my son, and my wife. So recently they have moved. Before they were in Kuwait, then they moved to London. So my family is my team of my startup, and my mentors, my network, whomever I meet. So that is my at this point of time. Definitely, I also spend time with family in terms of discussing their issues and how to support.
Okay. So, sir, tell us something which you are learning right now.
I'm learning right now is, how to raise funds. So, I have two mentors, and one of my mentors is Amit Ratanpal. He is a venture capitalist. He is a CEO of Green Investors. And he told me that, when I started this company, again, in March 2020, I took 4 mentors. And all 4 of them are my schoolmates. They are my 10th, we passed on 10th, 1992 in St. Mary's School. So one is Amit, he is from Mumbai. One is Zafar Alam Siddiqui, he is from Dubai. He is again an entrepreneur, and he is into Tata Honeywell. He was a vice president. One is from Kutubuddin Rangbala, he is from Calcutta, and he is a financial advisor. And the 4th person is Kailash Iyer. He is based out of Kenya, and he is a global business analyst for Oxfam International. So these are my 4 mentors. When I started the company, I told them, brothers, you are my schoolmates. You know what is good for me and what will help me in making this organization. And they agreed. So they told me in this industry, mainly the MSME, where your core manufacturing or core service industry, we will not get funding like other startups, where the crores of rupees is being funded. So here will be the most hit people. Until today, you will not believe I couldn't raise 1 rupee, even from banks. We couldn't raise 1 rupee. Everything was bootstrapped. So now at this point of time, I'm getting 2 inquiries of angel funding, where we are in a final stage of closing. But I raised this voice from all those small startups, and whose ideas are very better than my idea. But they will not have funding, at that point of time when they are doing their BTech or they are doing their BCom. So they will not have funding. So how is our government of India helping? Right? So I raise my voice for those students whose ideas are very brilliant. India can become trillion economy very fast if we can give more power to these startups and MSMEs who are suffering today. We say that MSMEs are the backbone of the country, but I personally believe if Shiv Rao is not able to raise 1 rupee, something is really wrong.
Okay, so sir, I know now that gives me one more question, and that is, so what is your the kind of feedback, or even I say your experience towards the government policies and the support which government is offering? What are your views about it?
Again, I have applied because again I am a guy who is into IT, who is into networking. So I have applied for everything which is possible. I will not say like 100%, but at least 70-80%, whatever is available in the line in the field, both from government policies, both from banks and from other areas. So I have applied all the cases. The policies are very good, right? The schemes are very good, but the implementation lacks, right? The will lacks. Like we want somebody like Mr. Amitabh Khan of NITI. If somebody like him is driving, we can multiply 100 people like him and place them in various government agencies. our country will be in some other place. So I think the policies which Narendra Modi ji will be implement, at least जो लोग नीति आयोग, mainly नीति आयोग policies, that is out what is coming.
बिल्कुल.
But the implementation part, I see there is a huge gap because people like Mr. Amitabh Kant are not replicated. So we need a hierarchy that sharing of knowledge and creating leaders of similar nature in every field, in telecommunication, in every area. Then our country and we really the Indians will benefit from what problem we are solving, because we will not have proper air for our future generations. I show a video in my presentations whenever I go. In 2050, people will wear masks, full mask, not this simple mask, a full, like a astronaut. They will have to wear that mask and they have to refill oxygen. So, that will be the case if we don't solve the waste management. And it is not only for India, for the whole world.
Absolutely.
I say the international support should be there also in our country. There is some international support, but I don't know where it disappears. I know I have an NGO also to bring in change and underprivileged changes. But there are funds which are coming which are getting disappeared. I would say 20% funds are only being utilized. 80% is again flying away. So again we should try to minimize that.
Right, rightly said, sir. And I think through this particular platform, through this particular medium, and we will be able to spread a word, spread a message to the right people, and we can bring that particular change to the society, to the entrepreneurship ecosystem, and so that it will get benefited to many the leaders like you. And so thank you so much for your time. And before we wrap this particular interview up, sir, I have last question, and the question is, what message do you want to convey to the viewers, to the society?
Yeah, so my simple message again to the company PR Zerowaste. We request each and every citizen of India to start segregation at source. That is the key for success. So the government today talks about two dustbins, green and blue. Green for organic waste, blue for dry waste. And I would say that 99% people don't follow this. Only Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore, and little bit of Gurgaon. These are the 4 cities which have done a bit of. There are 2 reasons for failure. One is lack of awareness. The second is lack of infrastructure. So the infrastructure has to be brought in by public partnerships, private and government. But we can, as this seminar, we want to share the message of segregation at source. If you can't do 4 dustbins, do 2 dustbins. It will help the country. So that's my message.
Superb. And I think that is the same message we also want to give to all the people, that segregation of waste is very, very important. And so that is, as sir has mentioned, that is something which is a source. And if suppose we will start from there, we will start from our home, then definitely, we will be able to contribute, and we will be called eco-minded entrepreneur or eco-minded citizen of India. Right. So that's the message, sir. Thank you so much for joining this particular show and taking out your time for this particular show.
Just one last thing I would like to. We are coming up with an application very soon.
Okay. Yeah.
Application in which in the whole world today there is nowhere where if you're doing anything good, you're getting rewards. Suppose Mr. Praveen Parmar is doing 4 dustbin segregation, but nobody knows. He is doing in his house. So we are trying to capture these good habits, sustainable habits of individual, and reward them. So this is a very unique platform which we are talking eco points. So which will involve blockchain technology, artificial intelligence to know how Mr. Praveen is doing 4 dustbin, how he is doing composting, how he is doing farming in his terrace. All this data will be captured and will be rewarding the citizens of India.
So definitely, sir, whenever that app will get launched, just let us know. Definitely, we will promote it across our social media handles, across the platform. and we wish that that way, if suppose we will be able to contribute a bit towards the sustainability, then definitely it will be our honor and our pleasure. So thank you so much once again, sir, for joining this particular session, and thank you so much for taking out your time.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And hello, everyone. So I'm sure you have taken, a good lessons from this particular show. And if you know any entrepreneur who is contributing towards sustainability, who is actually, a green entrepreneur, so please do connect them to us, and you can just mention their name and contact number on our comment box. So we will reach out them and we will feature them on this particular talk show. The talk show's name is AGROTIS Presents Talk with Greenpreneur is our talk show's title. And keep watching this particular show and keep spreading your word. And if you have not subscribed vyapaarjagat TV yet, so please do subscribe vyapaarjagat TV now. And so that is, something wherein again, please also hit the bell icon, because that is the one which will give you notification whenever we have a new, the story or the interview. And so stay tuned and keep watching vyapaarjagat TV. Thank you so much, everyone.
सपना देखे हम उसे पूरा करें, कोई उड़ना चाहे हम उसे विश्वास दें, कोई सपना देखे हम उसे पूरा करें, कोई विश्वास दें। जोश भरने को तैयार हम, आगे बढ़ने में राहदार हम, जोश भरने को तैयार हम, आगे बढ़ने में राहदार हम। मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान, मेरा व्यापार मेरी पहचान। हर व्यापार को दे पहचान, हर व्यापार को दे पहचान। व्यापार जगत